Hey guys, hope you're all doing well and welcome back to my show. Um, First of all, I just kind of actually want to just say I know my last video turned out to have those borders, and yeah, I didn't realize that if you film your video vertically, like on your phone, that would happen. So yeah, that's never gonna happen again. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about like what's the difference between investing and trading, and why I think trading is actually a better idea and more suited for the crypto market. So I know I might get a little bashed because a lot of people are just kind of like hold on for dear life, and yeah, I mean, like, I feel like that's for people who don't really, who don't know how to time things. And let me just explain it so you understand a little bit. So first of all, I just want to explain the difference between investing and trading. So investing is more like, okay, so you look at all the metrics of, the company, or in this case the coin project, their roadmap, and see, do you see this coin being viable and being sustained for the long term? Because a lot of people are like, for example, oh, what will Ripple be in 2025? Well, like, guys, like, I know it's great to be an investor and think long term, but what if there is no Ripple in 2025? I know that sounds maybe a little disheartening for some people, but this channel is about keeping it real, and you know, just being very honest about the market and keeping it real, and just so everyone can profit and make money, and so forth. Because yeah, I just want to say, so one of the things I mentioned in my last video was that a global fund strat advisor named Tom Lee, he said that 10 days of the year make up all of the gains for Bitcoin. So the thing is, you would have had needed to hold Bitcoin for just those 10 days to really get, the gains that we all want, right? So we just needed to be in the market for those days. I mean, like, the other 355 days of the year, well, it doesn't really matter. And we know that. We know how the cryptocurrency market behaves. It basically just sits flat for a long time. I would say, think of it as a 20-80 rule, okay? So 80% of the time, the market is just sitting flat, not doing much, and then 20% of the time it's actually jolting, and either drastically moving up or drastically moving down. But yeah, so I mean, so that's the thing, right? So now when you think of it from an investing point of view, well, you're essentially holding it through um, pretty much like several market crashes, essentially, like corrections per se. Yeah, so several market corrections. But the thing is, why not? I mean, I understand, like, some of the so one of the things is that, what if you could, sell it at a, maybe not exactly the high that you might, exactly the high, like, for example, like in the January market, like selling, Bitcoin at 20K. I mean, nobody knew that it was gonna bounce back from 20K, but I mean, I'm sure we all know that when Bitcoin is like going up ridiculously for like the last like 2 months straight, that we obviously all know that a correction is going to happen. So I think it's a fairly reasonable thing to do, is to take profits, when we know that the market has gone up significantly. Because if you don't, well, the thing is, guys, if you don't act on this market, you're gonna react, and that's the thing. Or do you want to be the person that's making the moves, or do you want to just like sit back and be like, oh my god, like, this just happened to me? And that's the thing, right? That's what separates like great traders or investors from just the average folks. So the thing is, if you invest, well, yeah, you're gonna have to ride out several market corrections, and also bank on the project actually being, used long term. Not only that, first of all, you need to hope that even cryptocurrency in general needs to be adopted, right? So, I mean, before we even get to the metrics of your project that you're investing in, well, you're gonna first need to hope that, like, just off the bat, like right off the bat, cryptocurrency needs to do well for you to, really make a return, a substantial return for the long run. And the thing is, if you're trading the market, well, when I say trading, I'm not saying like day trading or like, buying and making several transactions a day. Like, it's nothing like that. What I mean is it's called swing trading, and all it really is, and for those of you that don't know what it is, swing trading is essentially holding your position for anywhere from, minimum 2 weeks to 4 months. That's really all it is. But I mean, that's just a general term for it. But I mean, everything is different in crypto, right? So I mean, as much as I want to keep the same time frame, like 2 weeks to 4 months, don't take that like to heart. I mean, what I'm trying to say is hold it and let the bull run do its course. And when you see that, like you can just intuitively just sense that, okay, the market's gonna crash, and I can see this parabolic move happen, and taking profits and just walking away from your computer screen. That's amazing, and then just being patient and let the market come back down, and now you have all this extra cash that you could just reuse back at the bottom of the market. Think about that, guys. So I mean, let's just say like you invested like 1K, and then you just made 10x, right? Okay, so you just made 10x, and you just got out of your position, and now you're just waiting for the market to come back down, and now you reinvest 10K, but at the bottom. And now when the market 10x's again, well, you're at 100K, right? But I mean, now let's think of it from an investing point of view. If you had 1K and you just didn't do anything to it, okay, so you could have made 10x, but you just wrote it back down. And then, well, now you're just, it's going to go back up, right? But you probably made 20K total, right? If you do the math. So it's something to think about. And I mean, obviously, this whole concept is built off the premise that you get out at the right time and get back in at the right time. But I wouldn't say like you need to be overly perfectionist about it, because nobody is gonna, get out at the right time, or it just doesn't work that way. So I mean, the thing is, like, when we like to be involved in the market. So when you're out of the market, like, there's gonna be parts of you that make you say, "Oh, I just want to buy this coin. Like, I just want to be in. I just want to be in the market, just so I'm in. I'm exposed." But actually, guys, like, that's not a good thing to do, and it's not always the greatest thing to do. And that's where patience comes in. And really, patience is what separates the great traders from like the okay traders, right? So. I mean, think about it, okay? Like, from a perfectionist point of view, imagine just buying Bitcoin, right? You made like 10x, you sold it at 20K, and then or just like any altcoin, okay? I'm not saying just Bitcoin, but just being general for everyone. I mean, say you bought Bitcoin and then you sold it at 20K, and then you rebought it at 6K, and now you're gonna ride that out again. So like, that's crazy, right? I mean, and now if it does, assuming that it doesn't go back to 6K, or go below 6K, well, you're pretty much, you're great for the long run. So yeah, guys, I mean, I just felt that it's a good way to approach the crypto market, because you don't want to be hung up on it, and like, the crypto market will spit you out. It's not your friend. The market is not your friend. So be emotionless and be disciplined about it, and know that when you think it's a good time to get in and when to get out. I mean, obviously, like, nobody can really say for sure like what the top is and what the bottom is, but I'm pretty sure we can all sense when the market is just making parabolic moves. And maybe you might not get in and get out at the exact low, but even just like by a little bit or whatever can really go a long way, because when you reinvest those gains, well, the next run, you're making like 10 times more than what you could have been making. Just think about it, guys. And I know it's a lot, but let me know what you guys think, and let me know what you guys want to hear for my next video, and comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys for the next video. All right, cheers.